Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel Dear Mathematics and also welcome to the chapter of complex number. In the previous topic we have already discussed about the definition of complex number, then different types of complex numbers and also the basic concepts behind the complex number. And this topic we are going to discuss about the algebra of complex number. That means the addition of complex number and subtraction of complex number, and in the next session of video we are going to discuss about the multiplication and also the division of complex numbers. But there exist also some of the basic properties in addition and also in the multiplication part. That means we have to go through the additive properties of complex number, and then in the next part of the video session we are going to discuss about the multiplicative properties of complex number. So let us go through the addition of two complex numbers in this video session. Addition of two complex numbers. That means we have to take two complex numbers and then we have to find out the sum or addition of both of them. Let Z1 is equal to A plus IB and Z2 is equal to C plus ID be any two complex numbers. And then we have to find out addition. That means their sum. Then their sum is denoted by Z1 plus Z2. It is defined as Z1 plus Z2. That means we have to add both of the complex numbers given as A plus IB, and the second one is C plus ID. Then we have to go for the simplification part. But there arises a question, how we can add two complex numbers? And the basic concept behind the addition of two complex number is that just we have to add the real part with the real part and then imaginary part with the imaginary part. That means both of the real parts are added with each other and also both of the imaginary parts are added with each other. That means we have to combine A with C and then IB with ID. Then it is A plus C plus taking I as common, it will be B plus D. So here it is the addition of two complex numbers. That means Z1 plus Z2 can be defined as addition of both the real parts of both of the complex numbers plus I into addition of both of the imaginary parts from the both of the complex numbers. Then let us take an example so that it will be clear to you. Let Z1 is equal to 2 plus 3i and Z2 is equal to 7 plus 5i. Then we have to find out Z1 plus Z2. That means Z1 plus Z2 will be 2 plus 3i plus 7 plus 5i. As for the simplification of what we can have, and then according to the procedure or the method of the addition of two complex number, just we have to add the real part with the real part and then imaginary part with the imaginary part. That means we have to add 2 with 7, 2 plus 7. Then we have to combine 3i with 5i. Then here 2 plus 7 it is 9, 3i plus 5i, so it will be 8i. So no need to take a common I from the last two parts because the imaginary parts can be added with each other. So the final answer will be Z1 plus Z2. It is 9 plus 8i, and this is your complete solution. Then next moving towards to the another example. Suppose the question is like this. It is example number 2. Let Z1 is equal to 3 plus 7i and Z2 is equal to 5 plus square root of minus 9. Okay, suppose the question is given like this. Then find Z1 plus Z2, or it can be in the form of find the sum of the both complex numbers, okay, or it could be in the form of find the sum of Z1 and Z2. Both of them are same. Either you can find the sum of Z1 and Z2, or it will be in the form of find Z1 and find Z1 plus Z2. Okay, so let us move back to the solution part. So first of all, we have to go through the given data here. That means given that Z1 is equal to 3 plus 7i and Z2 is equal to 5 plus square root of minus 9. But you can see that here this is not in the general form of the complex numbers. That means we have to convert into the form of a general form. That means it is in the form of a plus ib, or you can say that x plus iy. So it will be 5 plus 3i. Now we can add both of the complex numbers. Then Z1 plus Z2, it will be 3 plus 7i plus 5 plus 3i. Then it will be, after simplification, 3 plus 7i plus 5 plus 3i, and it will be 3 plus 5 plus 7i plus 3i, and then this will be 8 plus 10i, and there it is the final answer or the solution of Z1 plus Z2. Okay. Then next, moving towards some of the properties, that means additive properties of a complex number. So let us go through the additive properties of a complex number. And there exist 5 additive properties of complex number. So what are they? The first one is closure law, and the second one is commutative law, and the third one is associative law, fourth one is additive identity, and the fifth one is additive inverse. So we have to discuss all of the 5 properties of addition of 2 complex numbers. So let us discuss one by one of the 5. So the first one is closure law. So what is closure law? So first of all, discuss about what is closure law. It is the closure law of addition of 2 complex numbers. That means we have to prove that the sum of 2 complex number is again a complex number. Let us discuss about your preliminary courses of mathematics. 5 belongs to the set of natural number, 6 is again belongs to the set of natural number. That means 5 is a natural number, 6 is a natural number. Then 5 plus 16, it is 11. Again 11 is a natural number. So it satisfies the closure law of addition in the natural number set. That means the natural numbers 5 and 6 satisfy the closure law of addition. Similarly, we have to go through 2 complex numbers, and then we have to add both of them, and then we have to prove that both of them or the set of complex numbers satisfy the closure law of addition. So let us take 2 complex numbers. Let Z1 is equal to a plus ib and Z2 is equal to c plus id be any 2 complex numbers. Then Z1 plus Z2, because we have already added a little while ago, so we can directly write down it as a plus c plus I into v plus d, because we have already proved it. And you can see that in the set of complex number, in the complex number Z1, a belongs to the set of real number, a is a real number, and also v is a real number. Then in the second complex number Z2, that is c plus id, here again c belongs to the set of real number and also d belongs to the set of real number. That means all of them are belongs to the real number set. So when you will add a with c, that means a belongs to c, it will again belongs to the set of real number, because A is a real number, C is a real number, so their addition will be in the set of real number. So A plus C is a real number. Then we have to add B and D. Similarly, B plus D will be belongs to the set of real number, because B is a real number, D is a real number, so their addition will be present in the set of real number. That means it is the real number. As this is a real number and this is a real number and it is without I term, that means it is the real part, and this real number is associated with I, that means it is the imaginary part. So real part plus I into imaginary part, that means it is a complex number, because it is the definition of complex number. So we can write down it is a complex number. It is a complex number. So Z1 plus Z2 is a complex number. We have taken Z1 is a complex number, Z2 is a complex number. Again, Z1 plus Z2 is a complex number. That means the closure law is satisfied here, as Z1 belongs to C, that means set of complex number, and Z2 belongs to C, and then Z1 plus Z2 belongs to C, that means set of complex number. So we can write down, hence complex number satisfies closure law of addition. So the first property is proved here. Then next moving towards to the second property. The second one is commutative law. And here we have to prove that the sum of a Z1 and Z2 is very much equal to the sum of a Z2 and Z1. That means sum of the Z1 and Z2, that means Z1 plus Z2 value will be equal to the value of Z2 plus Z1. Because we have already studied, let us go through the set of natural numbers. 5 belongs to the natural number set, 6 belongs to the natural number set, 5 plus 6 is equal to 11, and also 6 plus 5 is equal to 11. And both of them are equal with each other. That means the natural numbers satisfy the commutative law of addition. Similarly, you have to go through the complex numbers. Let Z1 is equal to A plus IB and Z2 is equal to C plus ID be any two complex numbers. Then Z1 plus Z2 is equal to A plus IB plus C plus ID, and it will be equal to A plus C plus I into V plus D, because we have already solved it. Then Z2 plus Z1 will be, so first of all we have to write down the value of Z2 here. So C plus ID plus A plus IB. By simplifying, we can go through the simplification part here. Okay, I have skipped a step here. C plus ID plus A plus IB, then combining C plus A and then ID plus IB, we can have C plus A, and taking a I common from the last two parts, it is D plus B. And these are the real numbers. And in the set of real numbers, we have already studied that 5 plus 6 is equal to 6 plus 5. Similarly, C plus A is equal to A plus C plus I into V plus D, and you can see that both of them are equal. So Z1 plus Z2 is equal to Z2 plus Z1. That is complex number satisfies commutative law of addition. So it is all about the commutative law of addition of two complex numbers. Then let us move back to the associative law. The third one is associative law. And we have to take the help of three complex numbers in the associative law, because in the set of real numbers, or you can say that the natural numbers, we can prove suppose 5 belongs to n, 6 belongs to n, and also 7 belongs to n. Let us take the help of these three. Then 5 plus 6 plus 7, and here it will be 5 plus 13, then it is 18. Let us take the bracket for the first two numbers. Then in the bracket 5 plus 6 plus outside 7, it will be solving the first part. Here it is 11 plus 7, it is 18, and both of them are equal. So by using this property, we have to prove the associative law, and you can prove that it is the genuine method. Let Z1 is equal to a plus ib, then Z2 is equal to c plus id, and Z3 is equal to e plus ifv, any three complex numbers. Then Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3, it will be a plus ib plus c plus id plus e plus if, and we have to first find out the sum of the two complex numbers that are present in the bracket. So a plus ib, it is c plus e, adding the two real parts and then adding the two imaginary parts. Then it will be a plus ib plus c plus e, then taking I common, it will be d plus f, and then we have to add this complex number, because this is a complex number. Sum of two complex number is again a complex number. We have proved it a little while ago in the closure law of addition, and then adding it, we can have a plus ib plus c plus e plus I into d plus f. It will be a plus c plus e, and then ib plus I into d plus f, and you can take the I common from both these parts, and you can have a plus c plus e, and it will be I multiplied with v plus d plus f, and here it is the value of z1 plus z2 plus z3, but in the bracket z2 plus z3. Similarly, we can prove that. Similarly, we can show that z1 plus z2, and these are in the brackets, then outside z3, it will be a plus c plus e is plus I into v plus d plus f, and here both of them are equal. So z1 plus z2 plus z3 is equal to, in the bracket, z1 plus z2 plus outside z3, and here it is proved. But we have to write down the final answer. So you can write down here, complex number satisfies the associative law of addition. Okay, so this is proved here. Then let us move to the rest of the two properties of addition. One is additive identity and the second one is additive inverse. The fourth one is additive identity. We have to find out such a number so that if it is added to any complex number, then it will give the same solution as itself the given complex number. That means, let us go through the real number set. Let us take any real number 5. 5 plus 0 is equal to 5. That means, if the real number is added with 0, then it is again 5. So in the complex number set, we have to find out such a complex number so that whenever it will be added to any complex number, it will give or it will be obtained as the same complex number that is given. That means suppose a plus ib is any complex number, so which complex number is there, so that it will be added to a plus ib and it will again give us a plus ib, and that complex number is 0 plus I0, and the complex number is 0 plus I0. So you can write down here 0 plus I0 is the additive identity, okay, additive identity of complex number. That is, let a plus ib be any complex number, any complex number, then a plus ib plus 0 plus I0 is equal to a plus ib. So here it is the fundamental behind the additive identity. That means we have to find out such a complex number. That means whenever it will be added to any type of complex number and it will give the same result. That means the given complex number. And here you can see that 0 plus I0 is the unique complex number which is the additive identity. That means you cannot find out any second other complex number which is called as the additive identity. So 0 plus I0 is the unique additive identity complex number. You can write down here 0 plus I0 is called the unique additive identity complex number. So it is all about the additive identity, then moving towards to the additive inverse. Okay, the fifth one, the last property, it is additive inverse. And what is the fundamental behind the additive inverse? We have to find out such a complex number for the given complex number, so that their addition will be additive identity. That means let us take the help of a plus ib again. We have to find out such a complex number here, so that their addition will be additive identity. Then this is called as additive inverse. If in the result part we are getting, if the sum of two complex number, gives us or gives the result of additive identity, that means 0 plus I0, then either of the complex number is the additive inverse of the other complex number. It is called as the inverse of that complex number. This complex number is called as the inverse of the first complex number. So the answer will be minus a minus ib. That means we have to find out the additive inverse in such a way that their result will be 0 plus I0. So the additive inverse of a, it is minus a, and the additive inverse of ib, it is minus ib. If there will be minus a, then here it will be plus a. As there is a plus a, so I have taken here it is minus a. Let z is equal to a plus ib be any complex number. Okay, let us write down in full form complex number. Then its additive inverse. Then its additive inverse is denoted by minus z. It is defined as minus z is equal to minus a minus ib. That means we have to just multiply a negative sign in both of the sides. It will be minus z, and here it will be minus a minus ib. Notes: a plus ib plus minus a minus ib, and it will give us the result as 0 plus I0. Let us take a fundamental part here. It is the given complex number. Given complex number. It is its additive inverse. Its additive inverse. And then their sum will be additive identity. So, if there will be a question in your question paper, what is the relation between additive identity, additive inverse and a given complex number, then you can say that the sum of a given complex number with its additive inverse gives always the result of additive identity. So, here it is the relation between them. Okay, there may be a question based upon the additive inverse, and the question will be like this: find the additive inverse of 3 minus 4i. So, the solution will be like this. First of all, you have to consider the given complex number in the form of z, the general form. Let z is equal to 3 minus 4i. The additive inverse, you have to write down like this pattern. The additive inverse of z is defined as minus z is equal to minus 3 plus 4i, because I have already told you that we have to multiply a negative sign in both the left hand side part and also in the right hand side part, and here is the solution of your question. Then moving towards the last section of this video, and that is subtraction of two complex number, and then by taking an example we can conclude this session. Let us go through the subtraction of two complex numbers. And we can find out the subtraction or difference of two complex numbers by two methods. By using the general subtraction method, and the second method is there by using the additive inverse of the second complex number. Okay, let us go through the first method. The first method is let z1 is equal to a plus ib and z2 is equal to c plus id be any two complex numbers. Then their subtraction is denoted by z1 minus z2. It is defined as z1 minus z2 is equal to a plus ib minus c plus id, and then this is a plus ib minus c minus id. Okay. Then we have to again combine the real part with the real part and the imaginary part with the imaginary part. That means it is a minus c plus ib minus id, and then this is a minus c, and taking a common I from the last two parts, it is b minus d. That means it is z1 minus z2. Okay. So here it is the subtraction between two complex numbers. Subtraction of two complex numbers. Let us take a common. Let us take an example. Let z1 is equal to 3 plus 5i and z2 is equal to 2 plus i. Then z1 minus z2 will be 3 plus 5i minus 2 plus I, and it will be 3 plus 5i minus 2 minus I, and just combining the respective real parts and also the imaginary parts, we can have 1 plus 4i, and here it is the z1 minus z2. Then moving towards the second method that can be used for the subtraction of two complex numbers. It is the first method, and the example is based upon the first method. Here it is the second method. Let Z1 is equal to A plus IB and Z2 is equal to C plus ID, V any two complex numbers. Then subtraction, okay, then Z1 plus Z2, then Z1 minus Z2 can be represented in another way, and that is Z1 plus minus Z2. Z1 plus minus Z2, because plus into minus, it is minus. Z1 is given, but here it is minus Z2, and minus Z2 is none other than it is the additive inverse of Z2. That means first of all we have to find out the additive inverse of Z2, and then we can add with the Z1. And here it is the second method that can be applied for the finding of subtraction of two complex numbers. Okay, let us go through this by taking the help of an example. Let Z1 is equal to 2 plus I and Z2 is equal to 3 plus 4I. Okay, then we have to find out minus Z2 here. That implies minus Z2 is minus 3 minus 4I. And then we can find out Z1 minus Z2. That means it is the sum of Z1 with the additive inverse of Z2. That means minus Z2. So it will be 2 plus I plus minus 3 minus 4I. That means it will be 2 plus I minus 3 minus 4I. It will be 2 minus 3 plus I minus 4I, and it is minus 1 minus 3I, and here it is the solution of Z1 minus Z2, and it is based upon the second method. But we are generally using the first method for the subtraction of two complex numbers, but you know that there exists another method, and by using the additive inverse of the second complex number, we can also find out the subtraction of Z1 and Z2. So it is all about the addition and subtraction of two complex number, and also we have seen or discussed some of the additive properties. Total 5 numbers of additive properties are there for the set of complex number, and in the next session we are going to discuss about the multiplication of two complex number, and also the division of two complex number, and also the multiplicative properties of two complex number. Till then, thank you.